How did property ownership evolve from ancient land grants to modern titles? Imagine a time when land was seen as a gift from kings or gods, not something you could truly own. Over thousands of years, the way people hold and transfer property has changed a lot. Today, understanding deeds and titles helps you see how property rights are protected and recorded. In ancient civilizations like Egypt and Mesopotamia, land was controlled by rulers or temples. Ordinary people could use the land but not own it outright. Land was seen as a resource managed by the state or religious authorities. Then the Romans came along and created a more detailed system. They recognized individual ownership and made laws to govern land transactions. These laws divided property rights into different types, like ownership and usage rights, which still influence modern systems. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe entered the feudal era. Land technically belonged to the king, but nobles held large estates granted by the monarch. These nobles allowed peasants to farm the land in exchange for loyalty and service. Ownership was tied to social class and obligations, not personal rights. During the medieval period, the idea of a deed started to develop. A deed was a written record of transferring land from one person to another. These early deeds weren't as standardized as today and often lacked legal protections. When Europeans colonized the Americas, they brought these ideas with them. The English colonies, like Virginia, granted land through charters and land patents. These were official documents proving ownership, often for a fee or in exchange for settling the land. Spanish and Mexican governments also granted large ranchos to settlers in the Southwest, which later caused disputes when the United States took control of those lands. In the colonies, land was distributed by local governments through grants, purchases, or inheritance. Records were kept locally, but as the country grew, the need for clear property records became obvious. The federal government started distributing public lands through laws like the Homestead Act of 1862. This law allowed people to claim land by living on it and improving it for 5 years. It opened property ownership to many, including immigrants and minorities, though barriers still existed. As the United States expanded westward, states developed systems to record deeds and track ownership. These systems helped prevent disputes and fraud. Today, property titles are official documents recorded in government offices that prove who owns a piece of land. Title insurance protects buyers and lenders from issues like unpaid taxes or claims against the property. For Asian American homebuyers, knowing the difference between a deed and a title is important. A deed is the paper that transfers ownership from seller to buyer. The title is the legal idea of ownership itself, supported by the chain of deeds and records. When you buy a home, you get a deed, and your name is added to the title, confirming your ownership. Understanding this history shows why clear titles matter. In the past, unclear records led to disputes and lost property. Today, title searches and insurance help ensure your ownership is secure. For Asian American buyers, reviewing the title history before buying can reveal unpaid taxes, liens, or inheritance issues. Working with a trusted title company and real estate lawyer can help you avoid surprises. So, property ownership has come a long way from land controlled by kings and nobles to the modern system of recorded deeds and titles. This evolution reflects changes in law and society, making sure your property rights are protected. Knowing this history helps you make smarter decisions and safeguard your investments in the U.S. real estate market.